another episode of the C.A.S.T. We got Kell
and Emmy.
Do you feel that nice guys finish last?
I was going to say no originally, but
I don't think they finish last. I think they just
walk away, speed
walk.
walk.
You might need to, coffee shop.
Walk. 1, 2, 3.
There we go. All right, y'all. Here we are with another episode of the C.A.S.T. We got Kell
and Emmy.
Our one-on-one session. How you feeling, Em?
Good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. It's been a day. It's been a day.
Listen, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. So what you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
Oh, look at you! You feel like me today. Okay. So I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you feel that nice guys finish last?
I was going to say no originally, but
before we get there, let's cheers it up.
Okay.
Cheers, because I'm gonna need this. All right, go ahead, girl. What you think?
Depends on your age.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because I feel like when we're younger, like high school young, we don't really care much for like the nice boy, the one who wants to help out. Like we tend to like the bad boys that are always getting into trouble and fights and stuff like that.
Right.
But at like this age, your mid-30s, don't nobody want all that. Oh, no, all that mess. No. Yeah,
I agree.
You want a nice guy.
I agree. I think especially girls who grew up with strict daddies, you didn't want that. You wanted some fun. And I think that the boys that were going somewhere in life and were focused, they weren't giving us what we needed at that time. We wanted something that would take us away from what we had to do.
Exactly.
And so I feel like, we look for the guys who'd be like, nah, don't go to class today. Come out with me and do this.
You know what? Now that you said that, I had never thought about that. But I grew up in a very strict household.
Yes. My daddy was very much no to a lot of things, and I wish I listened. But no, there are a lot. We were like, we want some excitement. We want some fun. We want somebody who's getting into something. We wanted a guy who knew how to fight. We wanted a guy who knew how to protect us. We wanted people who respected them in the streets. We wanted all of that. So we went for those guys. And then when you get older, you get past college, and then you start settling down, and you want some peace in your life. And there are some men who never grow out of that. They are consistently that bad boy.
That's unfortunate, because why are you acting like that in your 30s?
Yeah.
40s, 50s. That's insane.
And I wonder if it's a lot of times because they didn't have the structure. We had a foundation when we were younger. So we had an idea of what we eventually wanted. We just didn't want it right then and there.
Correct, yes.
And I think those guys who were able to be out all night and do all this stuff didn't have that structure. So some of them grew out of it and some didn't. That's all they knew. And so I feel like when we hit a certain age, we want that stability. We want that. The problem is those guys were hurt from back in high school that, you didn't want me then, so you can't have me now. And while I do understand their mindset, I think that, you just also have to understand where that person is in the stage of their life. You know what I'm saying? I do feel for the guys who say, I want to have somebody who doesn't have kids already. That's fair. I think you should want whatever you want. But I don't think they finish last. I think they just have a different space in a different period of their life. That they are the it guy. They're the ones that people want. And you may not get it right away because you're building on your goals. And those girls are really not trying to hear that when you're younger. So I don't think any guy should ever stop that. And I don't think you should ever let any woman stop you from obtaining. Because I want my sons to be those guys.
Correct, exactly.
I want my son to be like, the girls may not be messing with you now, but when you're a doctor or when you're an attorney, all right, now you got your pick of who you would like to be with, who's up on your level, who girl who went to law school
and you're picking.
And you're picking.
Exactly.
So I don't think they finish last. I mean, now at my stage, if I had to date again, not my husband's getting old anyway, so he's kind of like settled in, like we got to go out, you know what time it is, like he's becoming that old man that I enjoy. But if I had to date somebody again, like, sir, if you joined a book club, that'd be cool to me.
Yeah,
like, you know what
exactly,
I'm saying?
exactly.
Like, if you like to just go to the gym, maybe go out to a show here and there and kind of kick it, that's fine with me. Like, that's something I would look for at this point in my life.
Exactly. At mid-30s, you don't want to, oh, let's go to a club. What club?
Yeah.
No, we're not doing all that.
Like, it's so cringe to me when I hear like 30-something, 40-year-old men like, yo, where the hoes at? Sir, go home.
Exactly.
Because the only hoes that be out there are these little young girls.
Exactly.
And you have no business being around any of them.
That's wild that older men say that.
Yeah.
There's like no maturity.
And then
there.
we'll clown their friends for being home with their families. Be
That's
like, yo,
just
bro, what you
jealousy.
doing tonight?
That's just jealousy.
And then he'd be like, nah, I'm home. My girl wants me to be home tonight. My wife wants me to be home. Yo, you can't go out. You can't. No.
Exactly.
No.
No, I can't. I have a family. Some that you don't have, get you one. Like,
Right. I think,
Nah.
and like I said, I don't think marriage is necessarily for everybody, but I
It's-
think
yeah.
a man at a certain point should have some type of stability. And I think women should too. At some point, girl, you should not be out at the club like every single night.
yeah, that's
Like,
wild.
you remember that Pop the Balloon show? We talked about it a long time ago. And there was one that I thought was so funny because there was a guy that was on there looking for somebody. And one of the girls was like, yo, I recognize you from the club, whatever. You were the bouncer. And he was like, he popped her balloon because he's like, yeah, I work there, but you there every night, like every weekend.
Yeah, like, I don't want
I
that.
don't want that. Like, it's one thing for me to be here to work. It's another thing for you because you have nothing else
Exactly.
going
That's
on.
wild.
And so,
Was she young?
yeah, they were into like maybe late 20s, 30s. But at some point, it was like, that's not what he wanted.
Exactly.
So, I don't know.
I can't imagine being like late 20s wanting to do that.
I can't imagine being 30 something and wanting to do that. 20s. I mean, here's the thing. Like, you and I both had our kids early. So we had kids in our 20s. So that wasn't my lifestyle then anyway. But
I went out, even though I had Gordo, like, because Gordo would say, like, with my dad or my grandma, but
right.
it wasn't an all the time thing either. See, I got married to Gordo's dad when I was really young. I was like 16, 17
Yeah.
when I got married. So then when I left him, I was like 22, I want to say. I never had that experience of going out with friends and going out clubbing and partying. So when I left Puerto Rico and I moved to Florida, I wanted to do that every single weekend. That lasted a whopping 2 months. I got tired of it so fast.
Right.
So I can't imagine anybody being in their late 20s or in their 30s wanting to do this every weekend. You don't get tired?
That's what I'm
It
saying.
doesn't make sense. Mm-mm.
Like, I'm mad when anybody asks me to go out on the weekends now. Like, do I have to go outside today? Like, I'm out all week. I got stuff to do. Like, I like being home. I'm a homebody now.
Exactly. And my daddy would always say, you're not going to meet anybody who's worth it in a club.
No,
He's
I
like,
heard
you're
that
not
too.
going to do that.
You're not.
My dad would always tell me about the way that I would dress and like talking to people at clubs. He's like, nobody who's worth it, you're going to meet there. He's like, and then what are you going to do if you get in a relationship with somebody who you meet there? How are you going to tell them, oh, no, I don't want you to go there. That's where you met them.
Right.
I was like, okay, you're right.
That's the truth.
It's
Like,
maybe probably the only time I listened to him. that was it.
no, I agree with that though. Like, you're not gonna. That's why I always say you find somebody on the places you enjoy being.
Correct.
But if you enjoy being home, I don't know how that's gonna work. You ain't gonna meet anybody at home unless they're your Uber delivery
Man,
person.
you could
or the UPS driver or the Amazon driver.
meet him at Publix.
You can meet them at Publix.
Not at Walmart though, but at Publix. Or at a Target, but don't meet nobody at Walmart, man.
Yeah.
Walk away, speed
Yeah,
walk.
you might need to. Coffee
Speed
shop.
walk.
Coffee shop.
Yes, coffee shops.
Coffee shop
yes.
is good, especially if you love yourself some coffee because you know he'll buy it for you.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine dating in this era right now.
Listen, it is not for the weak. It is insane to date people.
Yeah, because like people will be your social media friend, comment on all your stuff, and then see you in public and either won't speak or be creepy when they speak to you.
Yeah, be weird. I don't like that.
Yeah, like it's weird to me. Like there are people that like follow me or whatever, and I've seen them and I've made eye contact.
And they don't say nothing.
And they don't say
That's
a
so
word.
weird.
Like a word, like you don't know me.
Yeah, that is weird. That is so weird. But no, dating nowadays is not. Stay married forever, Kelly. I wish hope your marriage lasts your entire life.
I appreciate that, yes, because I don't want to be out in these streets.
I don't want you to be out here in the streets either.
I don't. Everybody I talk to, all my friends, like, it's rough out here.
It is. And then, like, at least for me, it became a point where I just became so comfortable with being on my own. It's okay. It was hard to accept at first. I was like, no, I want to be in a relationship. Like, I want love. I want this. I want that. No. Not the dating pool nowadays is just
It's trash.
so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I just feel like there are so many people who want like completely different things that are trying to date each other. Like if a woman wants marriage and kids and the man doesn't, sir, stop trying to date her.
Exactly.
Stop trying to make her want what you want. And the same
But
with
not
the woman.
just her. Exactly. Not just him. She has to realize, okay, he doesn't want that. I can't force that upon him either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like if you have to keep begging a man to want to marry you, then ma'am, he might not be the one, no matter how much you want him to be.
Exactly.
Like if you have to keep saying, oh, I'm waiting on my ring, I'm waiting, then you're going to keep waiting because chances are he doesn't want to give it.
And that's why those are conversations that need to be had at the very beginning.
I agree.
Like when you first start dating somebody, just have those conversations, get them out the way. Because then you know how to proceed with that situation.
So what's a deal breaker for you with a guy?
What's a deal breaker like now?
Yeah, like if you were on a first date and he said, oh, I don't want this or I don't like this. What would be like, oh, damn, I'm not going on a second
stuff
date.
like that I'm okay with. Like somebody not wanting to get married, I'm fine with that.
You're cool with that?
Yeah. I've been married before.
Been there, done that for you.
So it's like, I'm okay with that. Somebody who doesn't want kids, I have an 18-year-old. I'm okay with that. Like, and somebody who does want kids, homeboy, you got about 3 more years before I'm like, nope. So, yeah. I think, like, right now, the only deal breaker would be, like, because I don't even care about looks, honestly. It's just, if you don't have your life together.
Right.
Like, I'm just not taking on the responsibility of another child. I already did that.
I don't blame you.
I'm not doing that. No.
Like, I think that would be tough for me. Like, I feel like if I had to, and this is all hypothetical, of course.
We know.
If I had to meet somebody and he was like, I want kids, that would be tough for me because I don't know if I could promise that for you. Like if I met you at 40, I don't think I can give you
That's why I said, like, I'm 36 right now. You got a window of 3 years. So you got to meet me like tomorrow at Publix and be like, all right, we'll see how this goes in a year.
Yeah.
And then we'll have that conversation. Yeah. Before 40. Cause once I hit 40, I'm not doing that. Girl's going to be in his 20s, man. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'll probably be a grandma. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that.
Yeah.
That'll be wild.
That is crazy. Yeah. I think about that too. Cause my kids, when I'm in my 40s, they'll be in their 20s. And I don't see myself being like, oh yeah, can you take your kid and your brother or sister out with you? Like they'll be looking at me like,
when I'm 40, Gordo's going to be 23.
wow.
I'm not doing that. Like, no.
So, yeah, no. I mean, deal breakers for me is a guy will be wanting multiple kids. Like, I couldn't give you that. I have my kids, and I couldn't give you multiple. Like I said, if it was before the 40, you might get one out of me.
Yeah, one.
You might get one. But I don't see myself doing that. Like, there would be some things, like, to be honest with you, if I had to date, it would have to be somebody who already had kids. And we'd just be a blended family. And it even depends on what his dynamic is.
I was just about to say, dating people with kids, for me here, like in Florida, United States,
Right.
whatever, it's so difficult because the mentality here is odd.
They automatically
They think they
assume you
own
have
you.
that, and they automatically assume that the situation has to be a bad one or a toxic one.
Yeah.
Like nobody can get along, and it's weird if you get along.
Yeah, we've spoken about this before.
We
I
have.
have a blended family, you could call it. I am no longer with the father of my daughters, but I get along great with his girlfriend. Like,
Right.
great. I talked to her. I've taken her to like doctor's appointments for that. They just had a baby. We have a great relationship. And to a lot of people, that's weird. How is that weird? She's like my daughter spent half of their time with this woman,
Yeah.
with this man, with her son, and with their newborn brother. How is that weird? Why am I supposed to mistreat her? She didn't get in the middle of nothing. Like, she came way after.
Like I saw on social media recently, there was a woman who was saying her friend is engaged, about to be married to this man, and his daughter came over, and they were going out, and she did the daughter's hair, and the mom had a fit.
Why?
Because they were like, the father was like, her hair's not done. They were about to go out, so the soon-to-be
Yeah, so
stepmom
how
was
did the
like,
mom
let me
get upset?
do the hair, and she got bad. Nobody's supposed to be touching my daughter's hair.
Girl, bye. That's so ignorant. That's so dumb. I'd be so happy when this girl untangles my daughter's hair. I don't know. Listen, and she knows I don't even be trying because I know she's going to do it. They have their hair is down here.
Yeah.
Like almost mid-thigh. Both of them. Girl, I'm not doing that. I
No.
know their daddy's girlfriend is going to do it every single time. They're going to come back on Sunday night. Their hair is going to be sleek and in a braid.
There you go.
I ain't got no problem.
If somebody's
None.
helping to make my life easier,
Yeah.
why are you combating that?
And if you're giving my child nothing but love,
Facts.
what's the problem? I think I mentioned this to you as well. Gordo does not have the same father as the girls, but he raised Gordo from the age of 4, and Gordo is now a grown man.
Right.
Gordo will still go over there on weekends, and that woman treats my son.
Like her own.
Yes. It's not even, she doesn't make it weird like, oh, that's my man's ex's son. No. She says that's his son as well. She treats all of them the same.
Right.
So I don't understand why people think that there has to be this awkwardness or everybody has to be angry or we can't just get along. We get along great.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird to me. Like I said, if it doesn't have to be, the only time I think I would be toxic is if you're the reason why my family broke up. Then
That's different.
That's smoke for life.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%
Smoke for
agree.
life. Yeah,
That's different. That's
you
a different situation, though.
Yeah, no. No, I'm sorry. I'm working on being mature, but I don't know how mature I'd be for.
No, I would never be that level.
I don't
of
think I
mature.
could
I'ma
be
beat your
that.
ass every time I see you.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to wrap this one up before I get mad at a hypothetical. This is another episode of the cast with Kells and
me.
All right. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Comment, share.
Comment, share, all of the above. Let us know what you would like us to talk about, and we'll holler at you later.